Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Great Awakening Generator. I am Rose McNair, and today with me I have the beautiful, wonderful, amazing Sarah Ariana. Hello,
Hi,
Sarah.
thank you, Rose. Hi. Thank you so much for having me on. It's just
I
lovely to connect with you.
I am so glad that that you were able to do this with us because I just watched our video as I was saying when I connected, and it had such a beautiful energy. The very first one we did, it had such a beautiful energy. And can you believe we did that in July last year?
I know. I
Yeah.
know.
It
And
was
look at where we
so
are now, hey? I
exactly.
know.
And you know what I realized from that video that you had activated me for a couple of things, right? I'd already done my light language, but you'd activated me to bring in dragons and you'd activated me for my dragon light language. And it was after watching it this week that I thought, oh my gosh, that happened. The energy was amazing. And I thought, I've got to tell you this. And I did think, I wonder if we're supposed to talk again. And then you reach out and said, hey, Rose, I think we have to do that again. We have to talk again.
I know, Rose. So much going on. First, I'm so excited that when we connected with our first interview, that you were activated with Dragon Light language. Like that was meant to happen. So,
It was meant to happen. And you know what? I think,
yeah,
sorry, I just thought I might bring it closer to me.
yeah,
Do you know
go
what I
ahead.
think? Like I look back on the last 18 months because the channel is slowly heading towards 18 months, being almost 18 months old. And dragons have been there almost from the very beginning because I'd done a few interviews where people, like I was talking to a lady called Tamara Smiles, and her website is called Smiles Dragon, and she does qigong, and she was working with the dragons. She talked about this, and she talked about how she got into it. I listened to that video a few weeks ago, and I thought, wow, the dragons have been here, but the activation came when you came.
Oh, that's amazing.
Like for
That's
me personally, that was the point of activation. And I was like, wow, I never thought I'd be working with the dragons. Um, but I think we have to be. It's
we
part of
have.
one of our missions.
It's pretty incredible that the dragons are here. That all the incredible magical beings, light beings are here right here. It really is a magical time. And at the same time, it's a challenging time as well
Yes. Yeah.
for many of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about that. I mean, because I know that, you know, before I let you speak, I'm sorry I speak a lot, but I've got to say this. There is so much stuff coming out. I mean, we're talking now, obviously, we're talking the lunar eclipse, the build up to the lunar eclipse, then the build up to the solar eclipse, and post the solar eclipse, right? And of course, we know that eclipse energy goes on for 6 months following that. And in fact, because of the space between the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse, we actually going to go on for this is going to go on for longer than 6 months, right? So there was a lot of hype about it. There was a lot of, so much so that I just couldn't listen anymore. And I have kind of stayed off my channel, not because of any other thing, was because my energies have been like that, and I'm integrating stuff, but also because I felt like I wanted uh, if there was anything we wanted to put out about the eclipses, we wanted to put out love and empowerment, not fear and worry. So so
It's
that's where
so
I'm
it's
at. So go on,
yeah,
you tell
it's
us.
beautiful. Yeah, and I love that. We can, I think it's so important to use discernment right now and to listen to what feels good inside. It's all about divine truth and divine love. And I feel like there are people know exactly what I'm talking about. There are those that want to bring in fear or whichever, or, distraction, chaos. There are lower density energies that want to do this and bring this up. So I think it really is a time, it's a really heightened time, Rose, right now, right during this eclipse season. Even though we've passed the lunar and solar eclipse, we're still in eclipse season.
Yes.
And it really is a heightened time for the light warrior, the light worker community, for all the star seeds that we use discernment with every single person and every single piece of information that is in front of us. Because, especially for the light worker, the light warrior community, we all have this big mission right now. And this big mission is to completely assist in this grand awakening. And part of that is these lower density energies know that there's change, know that this shift is occurring right here and right now. And during this time, it is the lower density energies that we're going to try to do everything to distract you, to bring chaos, to whichever it is. And so this happened a couple of weeks to me, a couple of weeks ago to me, where an energy came in and I was quite blindsided. And then it really was a gift, though, that also this came in because then I could say, okay, I've got to really increase my discernment. And then someone else came in and said, hey, Sarah, this is what's going on. And I wasn't able to, my energy was quite off and I don't know what's going on. And then when I tuned in, I'm like, okay, you got to use black tourmaline. Black tourmaline is a really beautiful spiritual protective crystal, and place them with the intention around your four corners of your property, and try that. And if you're not, you don't live in a home or property, it can be in a room. If you're in a room, the black pieces of tourmaline. But we are having to really up our spiritual protection. And there's no fear with this. This is just is what it is as we expand our light more and more and more and more. Right? So it really is incredible. I mean, it's a good thing, but it also is challenging as well. So it's just awareness that's really so important right now. It's
Yeah.
it's really being hyper diligent. Using your due diligence. That's what's really come forth right now. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah, I like that. It's like using your due diligence. And I mean, we use it in business, right? Due diligence, that's a terminology we use in business. And yeah,
yeah,
we can use it. We can use it even now in the spaces we are now. There's nothing wrong with using that terminology. It's actually a perfect terminology to use in terms of doing your due diligence. Um,
yeah,
I really had a download of like my thing for the last few weeks has been really about how wide, how empowered we are, how wide the radius of our light is. And and I just kept getting, we need to understand that the work we've been doing, the meditations, the mindfulness practice, it's been preparing us for a time where the light that we carry is so, so expanded that everywhere we go, and I think what happened with the solar eclipse was it sort of charged us up with it. It just,
yeah.
it just like came through
Illuminate.
and it illuminated it and it said like, now this is your empowerment. We call ourselves light workers. We are light beings. We
Yeah,
all of those things, right?
yeah,
And now I really have come into that place where we have to know who we are. We have to know what we carry. We have to know our power. And that's power is not in a negative sense, like we would have talked about it in that third dimensions context, right? Saying wherever you are the light.
yeah. Yeah, and it's responsibility with this. It is understanding. This is I love that. I love that so much, Rose. It is we're coming into empowerment and understanding who we are. And that is so big, just that in itself. We are understanding who we are, that we are light and that we have this kind of power. This is not in the ego sense. We're
Yeah,
talking about it has been we have been held back for so long. And for many of us, it's been centuries, it's been lifetimes. And this lifetime in particular that we are in right now has been really hard. Some of us
yeah,
have been through trauma, abuse, or some kind of energy or energies holding us back.
yeah,
And now with this lunar eclipse was so big because it gave us permission to really let go. It was a big, big process of letting go for so many through the light
yeah,
warrior community.
yeah,
And a lot was going on at that time too. I mean, we had a really intense geomagnetic storm. There was X-class solar flares, a lot of solar activity. And then there was a bit of a reprieve, and the solar eclipse came in, illuminated everything. And then there was this crazy transition period. It was like there was alchemy, rebirth, surrendering, letting go, the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, all wrapped into one. And all of us were like, what the F is going on here? Like, I thought maybe we'd be like full charge steam ahead. And the energies are saying, Nope, 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 nope. We got to pause here. This is a gift. It's a gift to pause. You have to really let go and surrender here, because this is just not letting go of the 3D like this. This is us pausing, surrendering, and as we let go, we truly let go, and we trust this divine plan. We trust ourselves, our beautiful innate selves, and move into sovereignty. This is when the magic happens. However, it's so not easy doing it. It's so not easy, like especially if you were in the 3, 4, 5D, whatever whichever density, it really doesn't matter. But you were going, 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 working, doing this, always this masculine energy, going, 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 going. And you might have had, you did self-care, you did all of that, but all of a sudden there's this shift, there's this big shift. And this is also this lunar and solar eclipse for so many in the light warrior, the light worker, starseed community. So many of us are letting go of a massive, massive cycle. And this is like generational cycle, this is lifetime cycles. And part of it that we can all connect to with is that it is moving into this empowerment and understanding who we are, that we really are this light filled. We really can change a room, that we really are the energy of a room, and we really are here to help the species. And we are
Yeah,
working together as one. It's this realization, it's this epiphany. And as we flow into this, we rise. This is what I'm getting. We rise, and it's a
yeah.
really beautiful time. However, this certain period, transitional period that we're in, it is a let's have patience. It's all going to be okay. Let's take a breath here and allow this, however it's going to unfold.
I love that. I really love that. And I think you just said it absolutely perfectly because, yeah, it really is. As much as it's about the collective, it's really about self and how we integrate and how we're easy with ourselves. Because I just found I had my heart beating so fast this week. I just had a situation of my heart beating. It felt like, interestingly enough, it felt that my thymus gland had a beat of its own.
Wow.
It was weird, right? Because and it was really going fast. And at one point, you could almost feel like there's two heartbeats there. There's not one. There's two heartbeats. And it was like, okay. And then it would do like 36 beats, and then it would kind of stop and then start to take off in the background. And then it'll go to the next, the next beat. It was like weird stuff going on. And I was saying this to somebody. Yesterday we did live chat with Emma, and I just thought, I I was saying this and I was thinking, you know what? We kind of, I don't know what that integration is about, but the thing that helped me was I, I was having a lot of pain on my third eye as well. And then I thought, oh, I need to do something to balance it out. And then I was flashed in my mind her chakra sprays, and she's sent me some chakra sprays that she's on. She's on like the 7 chakra sprays, right? And and then I thought I was going to use the one for the third eye, and I just got told take all of them.
Wow.
And I balanced the chakras, and I've been doing the balancing of the chakras now for like the last 3 days. And interestingly enough, Emma gives you like a sheet there where she talks about each chakra, what the mudra is for that chakra, and what the chant is, and what the affirmation is. And and that was the thing that balanced me. It like balanced me, and I thought, okay, wow. So even in simple things like that, because just look around the house, there might be something you have that you've forgotten you have that you might need to hold a specific crystal that you've had for years, and you thought, oh, maybe that's the crystal that's going to help you today or whatever. This is
Yeah,
to
I
everybody
love
else
that.
watching. So it's simple things like that, but knowing who we are. I
Yeah.
found, and I probably said this before, I can't remember. I found like there's two things I want to say about this, that I'm not able to listen to people I regularly listen to.
Yeah.
Right. And that's not to say there's anything wrong with them. It's just saying that my energy is not, I'm doing this
Shifting.
integration
Yeah.
process, and I just need everything else to be left out. It's just between me, my guidance system, my higher self, the phoenix in my case, we're just going through the integration process. That's one of the things. The other thing is, and it just went out of my head. It was um, about talking about this, but we'll carry on talking, and then and then it'll come back.
Yeah,
It's just like,
I understand though. I was gonna actually ask you if you don't mind putting the link down for Emma's. I don't, can we buy Emma's chakra stuff? Can we buy that on
You
her
can,
website?
and
Would you mind putting her website link on your description
I,
box so
I
people
don't
can,
mind at all. I do it all the time
yeah,
for her. And
awesome.
we
Yeah,
talked about the in that live chat we did yesterday, we talked about the chakra sprays. But I
it's
also
amazing.
asked her, and I'll say this to you because she created a wand. She I don't know, she doesn't call it a wand, but it's this thing that with a copper pipe. She was reading about Atlantean tools, and she created this thing, I'm calling it a wand, but it's made of copper. She's put velvet instead of leather on it, and she's got some copper piping around it, and she's got a white a clear quartz crystal at the end. I just leave you with that because of something you told me earlier. You think about
Wow.
what that might have been for you in your space, and she'd done this for herself and didn't want to talk about it with anybody. And then I just suddenly thought, oh, Emma, you need to tell us about your wand.
Well, and you know what that does? It empowers each one of us to listen to our guidance, to feel what we need to do. Like
Absolutely.
it's so important. Like I love how you said that the chakra sprays helped you. For me, it was really trusting. I had a really hard time, Rose, letting go and being in the space of just trusting. It was, especially, I think, from working for 4 years with the Divine Light Collective, with channeling the books, bringing the books to fruition. And I just finished recording the audiobooks. And so then I was like, okay, well, what's next? Like, it's been so long doing this
Yeah.
project. And then I just kept getting silence. And I'm like, okay, I really have to let go. And it was a real challenge for me. I mean, I would walk, I would exercise, but I'm like, just kept getting, just stop. You have to just let go. And so finally I did. I was like, I was in the bath and I just said, I surrender. And I was crying because it's hard for me to be in that state of just of not doing something or creating, or it's fine to meditate, and I love meditating, but for the majority of the day to just be, sometimes it can be a challenge, especially in this transitional energies with the eclipses, right? And so I surrendered in the bath, and that's when the most magical experiences occurred. Like this incredible unfolding happened, and for me that's what I needed to occur. So I love that you use the chakra sprays. For me, it was like having really just trusting, letting go, and that bath and letting go completely aligned and balanced me. Like it was. So I
Yeah.
think it's each one of us moving within, which is so beautiful, and
Yeah.
trusting. My gosh, oh,
So I want to say something to that. I want to add something to that. I
yeah.
have had this agitation because I do part-time work now. I do part-time accounting work, and anything else that I've tried to expand myself in terms of earning income and like more accounting work or training work or whatever, um, just hasn't materialized. Okay. And I found what I would do is, and this has been going on for 4 years, right? What would happen to me is like I take Baxter out for a walk, and then I would be like, come on, we have to rush now. I've got to get home because I've got work to do. Okay. And I would do this, and then I would do this thing of, oh, Bex, stop hassling me. Because I would sit at my computer and I would do my accounting work, and he does not like it. He would come up, he would nose me, he would like, come on, get out. Let's go play. And you and I are doing this now, and Baxter is sleeping here in his bed.
Oh
He hasn't
no.
come up once. He'll come up like if I've been on too long and he needs to go out or something like that,
Yeah.
he'll do that. But um he kept doing this, and I keep thinking, oh, what is with this dog? Like, he doesn't like it when I sit down and do my work. And you had to wonder, like, was he reflecting me in his behavior? But anyway, in the last few months, I just started to be happy with the way things are. And when we go
Oh,
out for our walks, I just let him be. We just walk. The only time we are like we're on a time scale is if I have an appointment, or like I have to do one of my recordings, and I'm having a live chat or something with somebody. But I try not to do appointments as much as I used to do. I am like, if I don't need to do it, I'm not doing it. And in sitting in front of the computer, I'm doing less of it. Like I said, I wasn't doing too many of this, but I'm just loving walking with Baxter. I'm enjoying him. He is less agitated because he's a reactive dog and he can, do all sorts of things. We go to the places where he can release and be himself and go
Mm.
free. And I can feel like I'm in my element
Oh my
of
God.
freedom and peace. So I think all this time, this is where we were coming to. And it's taken us kicking and screaming because we are not used to, oh, I've just finished that project. What's next now? Let's keep going. Do you know how long it's taken me? It's taken me all this time before the phoenix could speak because for a long time they've been quiet. And it's taken me all this time. The amazing thing is now that they're speaking, they told me they're the phoenix, but also um, I started getting downloads for where to from here only yesterday in all this time. And the
Wow.
down and it's really vast. And that's why I'm saying it's like it they if anyone's experiencing a thing where they can't hear or they don't know what they're supposed to do, it's because the receptive mode is not there yet, and try to figure out what you need to do to get yourself into the receptive mode. What is it that you're rushing? What is it that you're like agitated about and say, I've got to do this, I've got to do this, I've got to do this? Get out of the third dimensional mind space of always being in a rush.
Yeah. That's so beautiful. That's just so beautiful because when you get out of that state, you move into flow. Flow happens, divine synchronicities happen.
Yeah,
And it's a really it's a deep peace within
absolutely.
as well,
Yeah,
where you're very content and it's a trusting. I find that since this really transitional phase that we're in, I feel just over the past few days of really fully
exactly.
trusting whatever's
Yeah,
coming to fruition will happen. I'm really so grateful and content with what is occurring now. And everything's connected. Everything is connected. So it's this understanding, Rose, right? It's this awareness
absolutely.
that's coming in. It's a heightened awareness after this eclipse, all these
Yes.
eclipses, both these
Yeah,
eclipses. We're coming way more into our awareness, into sovereignty, into our power, into empowerment as well, empowering others. It's all connected. And I feel like we're on a big precipice of change with the light. Within the light worker community, the light warrior community, we're on a really big precipice of change. And part of this change is that when we understand our light and who we are and why we're here, even if you don't understand why you're here, but you know that you volunteered, you're like, I know I volunteered to be here.
yeah,
Even
yeah,
in that is so powerful because that is an understanding that, oh, okay, I did volunteer here. I may not like it here, but I know that I volunteered here. And I also know that I'm making a difference. If you have that kind of awareness, that is so beautiful, empowering in itself.
yeah, yeah,
And this, all of us together, as we unfold in this empowerment, this understanding, this awareness, the divine light collective they're showing here, it's this incredible wave of light that is washing over Earth, is washing over the species.
yeah.
And we all rise together in light. And it's in
Yes.
balance. It's really in balance, right? The dark is also, the shadow is also needed to help us release and clear and experience and all of that. So there's a balance, but it really is a wow, Rose, I feel like we're moving through this transitional change now. So this, why I think why we've gathered too is to really give hope to people if they're wondering like what the F is going on with these energies? Why am I in this energy? It's like just be patient. It's all okay. Trust, trust,
Yeah,
trust, trust, and really let go and surrender. Trust
yeah.
you, trust your heart.
I want to say, firstly, I think that you were in a rest period after you'd done your project, and they were ensuring that you needed to have the time. Just one of those things. Something I'm about to say, which I thought we were going to go now and sort of and close it off and do our light language, but there's something I need to say. It's really weird what I'm about to say. Well, not really weird, but it is different. So, all this time we've been here on the planet and all this time through this awakening process, it's always been we are doing the transformation from third dimension to fifth dimension. We've
Hmm.
always been talking about you know, third dimensional, that stuff. I'm hearing that for us,
Yeah.
and when I say for us, it's going to be for whomever resonates with what we are doing and the work we do that resonates with us and the message that we are giving out and whatever messages we give out or what energy we bring, whatever light language we bring in, those people that are gravitating to us. I'm hearing that many of the light workers in this time that gravitate here need to hear that you are no longer in a third dimensional battle.
Oh,
What we're going through and what you're concerned with, I don't know why I'm saying it like this, but I'm saying it like this, is about the transition that you do as a light being here on this planet. Because we are no longer human. We said that. We are light beings, we are light workers, we are light warriors, even warriors, we are peaceful warriors. We are not those warriors that we're not doing anything that causes dissension, heartbreak, and pain. And this process we are going through right now is very specifically to all of us that have actually done that and in that space. Now, that's not saying we're better than everyone. I need to, because we're not saying that. We're just saying this has nothing to do with whatever's happening in the third dimension. We don't have concerns with that anymore.
no.
This is very especially for this community that is taking that. You were pushed ahead in that journey that you're on. You were pushed over whatever threshold that was theirs. Many people got this thing of if there was a barrier, it was dissolved and said, right, go. That's it. You done it. You're moving forward. Extra light push. That's the only way I can say it. Because I'm not, it is so important to speak in a way that doesn't create diversity, in the words that we're saying. And when we're saying this, we are creating empowerment. We are asking you to hear it from that perspective. I'm suggesting this is about empowerment. It's coming from a platform of love. It is not segregation. It is creation. It is realization. It is invocation. It is activation. Gosh, I feel so weird now when I just say that. But I just needed to point that out. We are no longer, whilst we know that stuff's going on in the third dimension, this shift is about you, the light worker. It's not about shifting the planet. It's
Yeah.
saying that a lot of the work you have done has already shifted you to where you are, but more importantly, you have done the work. And now you bring the others, you bring them across, you bring them across because that's the work you're doing at the moment. Some of us got pushed ahead for that reason, and that's where we're at.
That's so beautiful, Rose.
It's
That's
so
so
important to say
beautiful.
the right words because
Yeah, you
sometimes
did.
the third
It's
dimensional
so,
words can
yeah.
become tricky. Yeah.
Gosh, yeah, it's that's so so beautiful. It is it is just as you said. I think for the light worker, light warrior community, it is. I love how you said that. We no longer have to we're no longer in that 3D realm.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
are a light being of light, and now we are bringing everyone forward with us. And
Yes.
there's joy with this. There's
Absolutely.
heart happiness with this. There is almost a sigh of relief as well with this. However, there's also, and I have to just talk about this, there is the three waves. This is what's coming up. So, Dolores Cannon wrote this book. Dolores Cannon, the most incredible pioneer in the light
Yes.
worker community, came forth with so many books. It was amazing. And she traveled the world and talked, and it was incredible. What the divine now is communicating, the three waves. There's a wave now that's coming forth in 2024 that your mission purposes is going to be unfolding. And then there's another wave coming forward in 2025 and another wave coming in 2026. And they're wanting to discuss these waves because we're not all going to feel this exact same thing. So, like the third wavers, they may move more into their mission and purpose in 2026.
Yeah.
But right now, they're in between the 3D, 4D, 5D, whichever it is, densities, and they're going through those motions. The second wave, the divine is communicating that there may be a bit more transition for them as they really let go, clear, and release. And they will need more support right now. They may be going to the healers, whichever resonates with them, because they're releasing so much. The first waivers we've released, just as you said, we've let go, and now we are bringing everyone forth. Second
Yeah.
waivers are going to do this in the years, and we're all meant to do this as this beautiful, gorgeous golden wave of light. It increases, increases, and increases, because also the divine is communicating that we've done this. This has happened before. We've done this before, and it didn't work when we all came in as together as one big wave. It works together as this building wave that flows over earth and through the species. So this is it, everybody. This is what we've been waiting for. We're doing it. We're here, and it's here. Change is here, and this time that we're moving into this empowerment and loving oneself and knowing who we are and really understanding how expansive our light is. Our light is, we've talked about this before. It's not this that you can touch with your fingertips. This goes way, 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 way
Exactly.
beyond. Way
Yes.
beyond. Yeah,
Yes.
it's important. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Sarah, before
I
we
think it's
go to the light
yeah.
lounge, anything
Yeah.
else you want to say?
I think for everyone that's joining here and tuning in, have patience and be really kind and loving to yourself during this time. You're not alone in this transition period. This is not going to last forever. And when we really let go, trust, and surrender, there is a relief here. There is a sense of that you can actually breathe. When you really let go and you say, you know what, I surrender, whether that's in the bath, whether that's you being in nature, whether it is being alone though. It's stepping away from society and being alone. And when you really just communicate to your highest self, to your team, to the universe, the divine, whichever you resonate with, and you really just say, I let go. I'm surrendering. That's when all of a sudden information flows in. And I know, Rose, we've both experienced this. This beautiful flow comes in, and we're like, oh my gosh, is that all I needed to do? Is that how easy it is?
Why did it take
And
so
it's
long?
not easy, but it is at the same time. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
It's that simple, but it's
Yeah.
not at the same time, right? Like it's
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Sarah, thank you so much for saying that because it really speaks to me. I've got to say, because I was sometimes, not all the time, I was feeling a little bit concerned about, oh, I haven't been on my channels, for much, like in the last couple of weeks. And but I really got the message you needed to be off, Rose, because you need to look after some things that we are bringing to you. This is from my guides, right? And that the time off is very important because it's going to rejuvenate and replenish and empower you for what is to come. Well, so, and we've got to be flexible to be in a holding pattern because, I mean, I know we're used to, oh, I got to do this cyclical thing once a week. I put out a video once a day. I put out a video or something like that. But are we here to do this in a third dimensional way? Are we here to do this in the way we did it 6 months ago? Or are we here to do this the way our guidance system and our higher self asks us to do this? Because this is the authenticity of us. And that is it. And these things can what you must be able to lose everything to gain self.
oh, isn't that the truth? Yeah. It's so true.
It's
It's
like
so true. Yeah.
because when you hold on to when you are intuitively when you're behaving from a perspective of I'm listening to my intuition and I'm going with the flow and that's my truth, then everything else is taken care of. Nothing, you cannot lose anything you're not meant to lose. You cannot pass something you're meant to have. It will always come to you. So we have to operate from I'm okay as long as I am following my intuition, as long as I'm working with my guidance system, everything is okay.
Everything's okay.
Everything's
That's so
okay.
beautiful. That's just so beautiful. Yeah, and it all comes down to just as you said, Rose, it's trusting you. It's trusting how you feel. Everything is about feeling and trusting what's within. We've
Yes.
all had the answers all along. Every single one of us inside, right? We've
Yeah.
all had the answers so
Yeah.
long. We just have to trust that. And we're flowing into that now.
Yes. And it's more and more we're realizing this is helping us be our authentic self, maintaining our sovereignty, because that's what it's all about. Right. I am going to turn musicians mode on my end, and let's go with you. I'll let you lead us into this.
Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna hold on. I'm just being asked to hold on a couple crystals here. Being asked to hold on to amethyst. Got my amethyst. I got shungite.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Wonderful.
got another stone. I'm being asked to really ground here. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to ask everyone that's tuning in and watching this, whenever they watch this, to you can close your eyes now and take a long, deep breath in through the nose. This is a quantum transmission that's going to be coming in. So you breathe in through the nose and breathe all the way down to the soles of your feet. You're going to hold here. I'm already getting tingling in the feet. So you may get sensations throughout the body and then gentle sigh out, let it go. And breathe in through the nose. Feel your beautiful, loving breath flow down the torso, down the belly, down the legs, down the feet once again. And this time you're going to connect with your earth star. I want you to hold it here and then gentle exhale out through the mouth, letting it go. Feeling your body relax. And third breath in through the nose, loving kindness flowing into your vessel through every part of your body. Feel your breath flow up to the crown, down the spine, through the heart, through the belly, down the legs, into the feet, into the earth star. And gentle sigh out when you're ready. And then moving into a gentle, relaxed rhythm of breath. And we now connect to all light beings of the highest vibration of love and light for the highest good of all. And setting the intention, this transmission is to bring ease and bring in support to those that listen to this transmission right here and right now. So there's a few species that are here. So there's an alignment that's coming through first. You're going to continue to gently breathe. So there is a releasing and clearing going along, and the intention is for everyone that's going to be tuning in along your spine. Is a releasing and clearing. So I'm going to ask you to have your feet on the floor, please. Breathe deeply into the belly. Chum 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 chum. And there's threads of what no longer serves you is being released. You may find there's tingling or there's hot or there's cold. Shikana soma mliana uboma shoma siana kiana. And there is a goddess here. Shoma siana liuma sho 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 sho. See. And there's other light beings here, and they're in support of all those that are tuning in. And there's this blue greenish aura of light that is vibrating all around. And this incredible goddess being of light is now beginning to flow through golden liquid light through the crown of the head. I'm going to ask everyone to have a really tall spine here. So this golden liquid light flows through the crown through your central channel, through the earth star, and it radiates all around and goes through the soul star, through the crown and down. Keep breathing here, and this golden light is radiating all around. It's a cocoon of light. Goes around and down, around and down, around and through every part of your vessel. Shiema, so, 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 so. So now rays of light that flow around and through your energy fields. And within this golden light is rainbow colors of light. There's layers of rainbow light that are flowing through your field. Shiyama, so, 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 chia, so, 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 chia, so, 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 ina, chuma, lia, chichum, chichum, chichum. Keep breathing here as this golden rainbow light flows through you. And the intention here is balance. The intention is peace. The intention is harmony, harmony, harmony. Sama chua siya la shu. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And Rose, any light language that you'd like to bring forth.
Wow. هي خالص يلا ما هو خلنا كتو خاكي كو كتا ما دو خا مو كتي انا اللي دو 이거 쓰면 겨도 한스니까 아호 아두 되게 아무도 오스 휴 나도 저거 하게 나도 막 하다 또 막 호야 이루루루 그렇게 هو خلق دي او خلق سنة دو خايلة ودو أني دو أما كنت أما تكن أبي دو أدي كنا دو لا نكدو أما هي خلنا كده دوس كفينو تي ألا دو كتو أنا تبي كتو ما تي تمرتي أخرنا اللي لو تيجي تمر سكين كده تك ما كنت تكت مودو نعمل نشكلك نيجي ما أتكود كاي وأخذنا السياخونا ماسكة كده في كرسكين كات كوما إيش تشبيرها وأنا تلاقي روتي داتا تيجي تسكين موسكو تما يسكين موت يدو دير أريو إنكار دو فيجن شلك دو دو أليك تستوت كما أخورا أنا تيجي تبع خو هالك تبع كيف تفرق هنا أو إيه ما تكون أنا مش أو جيا أو كي أخرج كما خيمة خدمة خدمة كم فيتا تنستفر خيتا أو ما أو أي أنا تقول أي كنت أسكبات كنت تاني بس كنت فينا وتيا آخرون تبان سن سماخا أو ها أنت آخرون نكتات أدا خو خلخي مخلمي أخذ وأخذ أو غدا أخو أو جيا 이 호를 때때다 호에는 아메 그때에 아 자베 저바 디아 어디는 자도 하는 것도 마 인체
Thank you, Rose. Wow.
I don't know who or what that language who was that and what that language is, but I do know that it was here earlier this morning, and I thought I don't know what I was going to do. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I almost thought there was going to be a lullaby coming through, and then that came through. And and so this is, I'm thinking, my thought pattern on it is I think it's light codes that sort of help the integration process of what you brought in to just go easier. Is it Arcturian? I'm not sure, but the Arcturian beings have been here this week. In fact, they reminded me that I missed them. And so last night I had Toma and Helios in my space. And Toma actually is Pleiadian, but it works with the Arcturian. And I do have Pleiadian Arcturian blending in me, and and Helioa is the feminine, represents the feminine, divine feminine energy. That's their representative of the divine feminine energy, Helioa. So, I'm saying this because that's what I'm getting to say. So, yeah,
Wow, Rose, that's beautiful. I could feel the light codes.
yeah.
The heat that is coming in is so beautiful. I actually I could feel them during our whole conversation, even before the light language. I think that's why I
Okay.
was so warm. I'm like, why I have no heat in this room.
Yeah.
What's going on? And it's the beans.
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah.
sense now. It's the beans. Yeah.
Yeah. And your light language, when you were doing it, as you started, I could feel all the heat going down my spine. And then you came out and said it. And I thought, wow, I
Yeah.
felt it before you said it. And I was like, wow, that's amazing.
That's
Really,
incredible.
yeah, really good confirmation for us. And that's good. And I think the confirmation is not because they're confirming. I think it's because we have grown and we have come to the space where we are confident with what we're bringing through, that we know, we have assurance without that,
Yeah.
yeah, when we say that, we say what we mean and we mean what we say.
Yeah. 100%. We're 100% authentic. And we're in
Exactly.
divine service. We know why we're here. We're in
Yeah.
divine service,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
And we
Exactly.
feel aligned to this. Yeah.
Yeah. Sarah, thank you so much for coming back on the Great Awakening Generator.
Thank you so
And
much.
we so love your energy, and thank you so much because you're sharing your self with us and fulfilling your purpose, but also fulfilling ours. So thank you so much for that.
Oh, Rose, you're just wonderful. I love you so much, and I have to say your haircut looks amazing. I have to say it. I just love your haircut. It just
Thank
looks so
you.
beautiful.
Thank you for that. I just kind of didn't bring it to anyone's attention yesterday when I went online with it first, because we did the live chat with Emma. And thank you for bringing it to the forefront. But I'd warned a few weeks ago that I was planning to do something, and I said, if you see somebody who looks different, it's me. I just had a hairdo. It just topped it off, and I'm really happy with it myself. Like, I'm not regretting it or anything like. So I really like it. Thank you for
You look
confirming
so
it.
stunning. I had to
Thank
mention it because it's just gorgeous on you. And I thank you for just holding space and for us connecting and for us sharing this beautiful platform together that you have created. I really, it's an honor to be here, Rose. I thank you so much.
Thank you. My honor. Likewise. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And we'll catch you next time here on the Great Awakening Generator. And remember, keep reaching for the stars. Namaste.